Hello, welcome to my latest video. Hope you're keeping well on Thursday the 16th of June. Going to paint on this stretch canvas. It's about 24 by 20 inches. And I've just put a layer of, excuse me, gesso on there, just to cover up an old painting underneath that I didn't like very much. I liked it when I painted it, but I've kind of grown out of it a bit. So, you know, what I'm missing is a bit of titanium white on my palette. Now, speaking of palettes, over the past couple of weeks I've changed my approach a bit. It's normally at this point in the video I wave a plastic plate at you that I used to use as my palette, but now I've got a little side table with a glass sheet on it. Underneath the glass sheet I've got some what do you call it, A4 paper. So yeah, that is my palette. At some point I'll post a photograph of the palette so you can see what it looks like. Well, that's it, it's now a glass sheet, so I can't wave it in front of the camera because it's quite big. But anyway, I'll just make sure I've got everything. I'm now also using another change is find where it is. Zest It, that's paint thinner, but unlike terps and all that sort of thing, it's non-toxic, and you know, to prove I can even take a good whiff of it, and it's quite a nice citrus smell to it. I don't want to be using anything toxic in here because it's got no ventilation, and I've got dogs and things and me and my wife. I don't want to poison us. Anyway, we'll get going. See what I need first. Get my palette, not my palette, yeah, my palette knife, and make a start. Colours I'm using, oil paint obviously, I've got Payne's Grey, some burnt sienna, I've got sap green with a little bit of brown umber mixed in and some red, make a nice earthy colour. I've got some ultramarine blue, bit of yellow just in case, and titanium white of course. And let's start doing. Just get a bit of sap green on my palette knife, just establish a quick horizon about there, I think. There we go. Oh, quite nice already. Yeah, it looks alright, that. I think that's it. Leave it at that. Hope you've enjoyed the video. We'll carry on. But that's often the case. You start well and it turns into a complete and utter disaster. It's my paintings tend to work better if I start with a mess and finish with something half decent. It's kind of looking Kinder Scoutery already up on the Kinder Plateau in the Peak District. But it might change at any minute. Looking good so far. Nice start early on. Right, I might get some titanium white on my palette knife again. Just plonk some on the horizon there. It doesn't matter if it merges with the foreground there. There we go. Not a bad start. Where's my kitchen towel? I had quite a funny experience on early hours of Wednesday morning yesterday. very early hours. There I was, you know, asleep in bed, dreaming and God knows what else, and my right arm had locked my shoulder. I woke up excruciating pain in my shoulder, and I woke up and my arm was extended, you know, in quite an unfortunate position, you know, pointing at the ceiling, and I just couldn't shift it, and it flipping hurt. It kind of dislocated my shoulder at some point in the night while I was dreaming, and there I was lying in bed with my arm extended out, and I was trying to lock it back into position. I just couldn't move it, and you know, as I say, it's quite an unfortunate position, you know, a certain salute, and I just couldn't do anything about it. And I remember being half asleep while this was happening, and with me left hand, my spare hand, trying to lower my arm. I just couldn't do it, couldn't go down. And I remember just letting out a bit of a yelp. Ooh. And Trudy woke up. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I can't get my bloody arm down." It was stuck. So she had to, you know, relocate my shoulder back into place. Bloody hell, it hurt. But I had images of me going to work and driving around town with my arm extended. Oh, I just needed a small moustache and a little bit of hair out of place to finish the look. It's bloody horrible. I mean, my shoulder hurt all day yesterday because of it. Right, that's quite nice there. So, you know, I don't know what I was dreaming about. I was probably dreaming about being at the Nuremberg rally or something stupid like that. Oh, God. Yeah, you know, if I'd phoned in sick that morning, I don't think anyone would have believed me. Right, I might. What do I do next? A bit more on the palette knife, I think. And do something there. Bit of Payne's Grey as well on. Yeah, I do have some weird and wonderful dreams at night. I don't think, well, I can only think of one time I've ever slept, walked, if that's the word. And yeah, I woke up, stood in front of the bathroom mirror, scared the crap out of me. Looked like death. You know, ashen face and hair all over the place. Just woke up. Whoa, how'd I get here? Right, I'm going to use this 1.5 inch flat brush, I think. Start throwing some more paint on. Just a little bit of thinner as well on there. Just put some stuff in the foreground here. My brother, I don't know if he does it now, but when we were growing up, he sleptwalked. And one occasion we were moving house, and the house we were moving into was being renovated, so there was a little bit of a delay as moving. So we stayed in a holiday cottage for a couple of weeks at great expense, and what we used to do in our old house, me and my brother used to, if we came out of our bedroom, you turn right, you go into the bathroom, and there's the toilet. So we went to this holiday cottage, and in mine and my brother's bedroom, you go out of it, turn right, you're in my parents' room, not the toilet. So there's one night we were there, it's probably even the first night. I think my dad was reading or whatever, he was still awake, and the bedroom door swung open and in came my brother, walking, you know, obviously asleep, possibly even had his arms out, you know, classic. Walked into their bedroom, opened the wardrobe and proceeded to urinate in the wardrobe on my parents' clothes. He must have thought he was in the bathroom. Anyway, it's coming on quite nicely. So it could be Kinder Scout or Bleaklow or somewhere like that. Quite easily. Working quite fast. Yeah, whenever I'm painting, I tend to use gesso or liquid white or acrylic paint just to create an underpainting. Because I think it was a good while ago I read somewhere that if you don't do an underpainting, if you're oil painting, the oils corrode your canvas over time. You know, you're talking 10 years down the line, it would have rotted away through the canvas. So it's, I always do an underpainting of some sort or prepare the canvas in some way, you know, by priming it before painting. Right, let's do some sky. Let's have a think. Just give this brush a quick wipe with my kitchen towel. I go through copious amounts of kitchen towel. Also, you know, if I run out of kitchen towel, you should do it the old-fashioned way, use a rag. But yeah, it's quite good using kitchen towel because you brush a good clean. Right, let's have a think about the sky. A bit of Payne's grey. Just put a little bit of thinner on the end of my brush. My Payne's grey. Might have some bit of angle up here, like so. And up here. There's still a bit of sap green on my brush that's leapt into the sky, but that doesn't matter. What do I do now? Might get some, get my long handled brush and get a bit of ultramarine blue on the go. Again with a bit of paint thinner. There we go, put some blue up here. It's quite dark, that blue. Add a bit more titanium white on that. While talking about thinner, I might have said inadvertently the word thickener. I apologise if I have, because I say we use thickener at work. Quite often say it by accident, but yeah, it's paint thinner, not thickener. Stormy Sky. Right, it's gone a bit muddy, but never mind. Keep chipping away at it. I'll get some more blue. Might get a bit of cobalt blue, it's a bit lighter. Plonk it on. See what happens. There we go. A bit more Payne's grey up there. Coming on. It's not great, that sky, but it's a start. A bit more titanium white on my palette. Put my hand on where I bloody put it. There it is. Yeah, I was reading about the history of Alton Towers the other day. It's the sort of stuff I end up reading if there's some shite on telly that Trudy's watching, which I'm not interested in. So I read up on stuff, and for some reason, I don't know, I ended up on History of Alton Towers, and there's a huge database of information on Alton Towers, and you know, history of the rides and all that thing, you know, whatever floats your boat. And it did bring back a lot of memories, because we used to go to Alton Towers a lot growing up, you know, on school trips and family outings. We were very lucky because we didn't live particularly far away from Alton Towers, you know, in when we lived in Peak District. We quite often went there, a day out at Alton Towers, or Tulton Towers as we call it in Derbyshire. Yeah, day out, Tulton Towers. We'd have some good times there, good memories. I used to go a lot with, you know, we worked for various care companies in the past. We used to go, you know, it was all expenses paid for trip quite often, and you get paid, mind you, while you were there. And also, which was good, because we were carers, you had a pass and you could jump all the queues, which was bloody brilliant, you know. But remember this one occasion, it was quite busy, but we were jumping all the queues. We were loving it, you know. People queuing for 4 hours to go on somewhere, we just go straight to the front. And there used to be this ride there. What reminded me, I was reading this website, and this particular ride was called Ripsaw, and it says on this database that it's gone now. It's I think it's gone somewhere else, gone bloody Great Yarmouth or something like that. But yeah, it jogged a bit of a memory going on Ripsaw. And it was the first time I'd ever been on this particular ride. Now, because we jumped the whole queue, you miss all the signs. You know, you queue for stuff Alton Towers and it says things like secure all belongings or keep your hands in the ride at all times, you know, various warning signs. But because we had this pass, you know, we didn't see any signs at all, you know, you just go straight on the ride. And on this particular ride, I don't know if you've ever seen the Ripsaw, but you know, you get the queues of people zigzagging for as far as the eye can see, and there's signs at various points said, you know, it's 2 hours from this point to queue, 3 hours to queue, and so on, you know. And they were zigzagging, and we went straight to the front. Much to the, you know, the consternation of all the thousands of people queuing, they weren't very happy. You could see, you know, you could feel the back of your head burning because you get 2,000 sets of eyes glaring at you, thinking, why are they going ahead of us? Rather than queuing in, you know, 30 degrees C bloody temperature and all the rest of it. But anyway, we went straight to the front, and, you know, one of the YTS lads opened the gate, you know, one of the employees at Alton Towers and let us in, and we went on the ride. Now, the way this ride was set up, it was long, and it was like about 4 rows of seats. So you'd have about 20 seats, and then behind that 20 more seats, and so on. So there'd be a, you know, load of people. And we were at the very front, and, you know, you'd be there looking at the queue, and there'd be, you know, zigzagging people all glaring at you, eyes fixed on you, thinking, who are those bastards who haven't queued, who pushed in? So there was that. Now, as I say, I hadn't read any of the bloody warning signs, and we were, you know, there was me and, I don't know, another member of staff and whoever we were looking after at that time. And, you know, I was then, and I had the keys, I had a phone, I had the money. I was pretty much responsible for all the stuff. I had everything with me. I had a hat on, you know. I glanced over, you know, there's the sea of faces, I don't know if you can picture it, all glaring at me. And I glanced over to the right hand side because there was an attendant, or, you know, an Alton Towers employee going down the line, securing your, you know, the thing that comes down, he secures it with a belt. And I glanced across, you know, as he were doing that, he'd finished. And, you know, on the far right hand side of this bloody Ripsaw ride, there was a big red sign saying, please ensure that all belongings are secured before, you know, ride commences or whatever. I thought, oh, I need to get, you know, I've got my phone on me, got keys for the car, I've got money, I've got my hat. So I then started proceeding. I took my hat off and put in all the money, the car keys, phone, everything in this hat, and then put my hand up trying to get the attendant's attention, this lad. But I was sat there holding this hat full of stuff and my other hand full of money and God knows what else. And there was a sound, And all of a sudden the ride went up, and I was going, oh, with you know, my hands full of stuff and my hat and everything like that, you know, and the car keys. And this bloody thing started going. It spun us round. And all this money, my hat, the phone, the car keys, everything just rained, just showered everywhere. It's just, you know, just like a sprinkler system, just all over the place. And then there was another, and the ride stopped with you know, about 40 people on it like this, suspended down, because all my money had gone everywhere. So while the ride stopped with us looking down, you could see below us all these lads, these employees, picking up all my money and my car keys and everything. And I was pointing, so there's my hat over there, and there's a bit of my phone, and oh, there's 10p down there. They were all doing that. As all that were happening, I then looked up, and there was the sea of faces. You know, if they weren't pissed off before, by God, they were pissed off now. You know, oh, if looks could kill. And I thought, oh shit. So my face just flushed with embarrassment and all this, because not only had I pushed in, but I'd caused the whole ride to stop. So anyway, all this had happened, and they all collected my stuff up and took it away for me to collect after the ride. And I just wanted the ground to swallow me up. I really did. Yeah, it was bloody horrible. And then klaxon sounded out, and it started again, all this. But I had a face like a slapped arse as I was going up and down and spinning, because I just wanted to get the hell out of there. It was embarrassing. So the ride finished, and I had to go past, you know, the several thousand people who were absolutely livid, and you could hear them going tut in and God, friggin' embarrassing. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, never to be repeated. Never been so embarrassed in all my life. Yeah, I think, you know, you spend the whole day walking around Alton Towers, and, you know, you could hear voices. You hear someone saying, oh, that was it, that's him, that's that arsehole who broke Ripsaw. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, the people who I were with, they were suitably embarrassed as well. So yeah, moral to the story, always make sure you secure your belongings before going on the bloody ride, Alton Towers. Oh, wasn't my finest hour. Yeah, the skies turned out quite pleasing actually. I was worried about it at first. It's turned out quite nice. Not bad. Yeah, that'll do for now. So let's do some more on this foreground here. A bit more kitchen towel, I think. But yeah, I do like Alton Towers. It's been a long time since I've been. Very long time. It was a shame when they got rid of the corkscrew. It was one of those classic rides, you know. It was a favourite, that one. But yeah, I love the big roller coasters, I do. You know, things like Smiler is an absolute bloody classic. an exceptional ride. And Rita as well are two of my favourites. Masterpieces. Obviously Smile has had its teething problems, just to put it mildly. But wow, what a ride that is. Yeah, it's got to be the best roller coaster I've ever been on in my life. I like air as well. You know, if you go on air, go on the front. You know, you get a choice, you sit on the front row or the back. And always go for the front every time. It's just brilliant. If you're into roller coasters, I do love them. Yeah, I'd love to go again, but you know, now we've got dogs and stuff, it's not so easy. Yeah, quite nice. I might put something here, a bit of yellow perhaps, just see what happens. I'll swap my brush, get that long handled one out again, I think. Yeah, it's coming on quite nicely. Nice quick movements. There we go, looking reasonably good. Not perfect, but it'll do for now. Bit more. Working very fast. Beauty about this new easel I've got, you know, you can really afford to be rough as you like. You can really throw the paint around without fear of your canvas flying off your easel. So it's a good move getting this. Looking quite good. Yeah, hope you're all enjoying this nice weather we're having at the minute, wherever you are. If it's nice weather where you are, that is. Right, I'll do some stuff with my palette now. A few scrapes and scratches. Payne's grey. Put a few rocks and stuff up there. Lovely. There's a few little things, like could be people, could be trees or little rocks. Quite interesting. There we are. Really, really pleased. What next? What next? Just a little something there. There we go. Get my little cloud brush, not cloud brush, cloud palette knife. Yeah, sorry, it's been, I don't know, it's been 2 or 3 weeks since I've done a video, so I've just haven't really been in the mood. But I am now in the mood. You know, I've been in the mood to paint. That stopped me from painting. It's just I haven't been in the mood to talk about it. I'll just put some titanium white on the end of this here. Just exploit that a bit. Need a bit more actually. on my palette. I do love using this glass screen as my palette. You get a lot more room to move your palette knife or your brush about and really mix your paint up, which you don't get on a little plastic plate. So it really has changed things for the better. Yeah, a bit more up here. There we go. Dee-dee-dee. Don't know if you can hear, but you can just about make out the sound of seagulls every now and again. I do like the sound of seagulls. Not everybody does, I do. Right, getting there quite nicely. Lovely. Long handle brush again, give it a clean. Just churn things up a bit here. Yeah, don't forget, as I always say, don't forget to check out my website, jonkidd.co.uk. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, coming on nicely. A bit more titanium white. Just there. There we go, I think that might just be about dandy. Yeah, I think the job is just about a good one. Yeah, pleased with that. Oh, I need to sign it. All important signature. Let's find. I'll just sign with a little bit of red, bit of crimson in the bottom corner. And then we're done. It'll do for me, just about dandy. A bit of a signature. J. Kidd. Yeah, I'm in the habit now of signing it straight away. I used to not bother. And then someone would buy a painting off me, I'd have to quickly sign it, then wait a few days for it to bloody dry. But now I just sign it straight away. I always put the date on as well, because you know, in a million years time or whatever, nice to see a date on. There we go. The job is a good one. So thank you so much for watching. So yeah, Kinder Scout, Bleak Low, could be anywhere you want. And I will see you in the next video. So thank you very much. Bye bye.